Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, I am Tariqul Islam, your English teacher. Now I am taking a class on critical appreciation or theme writing. This is an important topic for the students of class 11 and 12. In your question, first paper question, these very important topics are set as question number 11. Before going to the topics, I want to discuss the importance and the system of writing critical appreciation or theme of the poem. Dear students, here a poem or a story is set on the question. A student is to write the answer, the theme or the inner meaning of the poem. To materialize the theme, to comprehend the poem, a student have a profound knowledge on this poem. For that thing, a student has capability to read the poem, analyze the poem, and can feel the merits of the poem. Look at the board. I write a poem. The poem is September on 1939. It is from your book, textbook, and the poem is written by W.S. Auden. By seeing the poem, you should answer the theme or critically analyze the poem. For that, you should know ins and outs of the poem. Here, September on 1939, this poem is written on the background of the World War II. W.S. Auden is a famous American poet, also novelist. His poems has a lot of masses. It is mainly mentioned the World War II. During those times, there was widespread jealousy, ill feeling, intrigue, and a kinds of hectic situation occurred all over the Europe and American subcontinent. Leaders of this time did not believe each other. They create anarchy, and also they create a very polluted atmosphere that paralyzed the personal life of the European as well as subcontinental and the people all over the world. As a result, the free thinkers are always concerned about such wasteful streets, such a vigorous and contaminated atmosphere of the world. W.S. Auden is not the exception of that. He was also very much concerned. He was sitting in an inn and sitting on the dive, he wrote these marvelous pieces of poem. In this poem, he shows the atmosphere before the beginning of the World War II. Where? Is he conscious or afraid of fear? Afraid of war? Yes, he was afraid of such kind of war because of those times, not only the American, but also the people all over the world are very much afraid of war. Look, I want to utter the individual line of the poem. I sit. Here I mention W.B. Warden himself. I sit on one of the dives. The poet was sitting on the dives of a restaurant, that means in IWN. The students on the 52nd Street. He was sitting on the 52nd Street in America, uncertain and afraid. W.B. Warden, as a great personality, he was afraid and uncertain. He did not know when the World War occurred. There is an intrigue atmosphere. People did not believe each other. The American, non-American, the people of the world, the Russian, the Germans, the Ottomans, also the Austrian people, French people, there is no cooperative atmosphere between those nations. So, the poet was afraid, and he was sitting uncertain and afraid. As the clever hopes expire. Dear students, here the poet writes the clever hopes. Clever hopes means a kind of tactic. By using those techniques, one country can easily defeat other country. There is a mind game between those nations, and a Cold War situation prevailed all over the world. This Cold War situation, is spread all over the world a decade round. Here the poet mentioned of a low dishonest decade. During the time of 1939 to 1949, this time here he mentioned as the low dishonest decade. This time to him is a very crucial time, a very pathetic time, and also a time of assertion and uncertainty. Waves of anger and fear. Look, waves of anger and fear. The anger, intrigue, unhappiness, fear, hatred, jealousy, and the dominating attitudes of different nations spared and circulated our life. Our personal life are obvious because of the wording, because of the alarm of the word. The general people could not think to come out of their home because they had a fear in their mind of fire. Circulated our bride over the bride, our bright future, our hope, our aspiration are also nipped in the bud due to the warning, due to the alarm of the word. And the darkened lands of the earth, the situation, the circumstance, the warning of the earth circulated our life, and the people of the world are very much afraid. They could not go out to their work in a happy atmosphere. There is an unhappiness and also a dark and dull situation occurred all over the world. So, by reading a poem, a student is asked to write the theme of the poem. Dear student, you are earnestly asked to read the poem elaborately again and again, and after that you should write the theme. Thank you very much.